Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated TC for event number 8 in Season 2 of this championship. We are still at the Watkins Glen Raceway in the United States of America. If you did miss race 1, do make sure to go and check that one out before watching this one, because we have some spoilers ahead for you as we get ever closer to the end of this championship fight. Every race is as crucial as ever, and in the last race we saw American victory in an American car on American soil. It really was a perfect race one for Jordan Fingal. Starting second, he got the lead at the start and did not look back, but the field stayed close to him throughout, which gives us hope that we could see more close racing again in race number 2. This time, with the field a bit more jumbled up, as soft runners are spread throughout the field for this one. Crucially, in the title race, Ian Henwood is on the grid for this race after missing race number 1. He'll start at the back of the field, but he's on softs, so keep an eye out for his Ford, the man that entered this event second in the championship, looking to try and get some points over his main title rival, R2&3, who's still saving his softs for race number 3. With that then, let's have a look at how the field lines up then for race number 2 at Watkins Glen Raceway. As I mentioned, at the rear of the field it is the second place in the championship man, Ian Henwood for Ford. He's on the soft compound tyres. Ahead of him, it is Adam Richardson, the reigning champion, is on the medium tyres. Thomas Pierpont is on the hards for Honda just ahead of him, with Jackson Turner in another Honda on the softs for race number 2. Aston Lewis is on hards ahead of them, with Morgan Hitchings and then Lewis Francis ahead on row number 7, both on the soft tyres for this race. Keep an eye out on them making their way through the field. Just outside of the top 10, on the 6th row of the grid, we have Dimitri Sotirakis in his Mercedes, and the championship leader lining up in 11th place on medium compound tyres, it is R2&3. Just inside the top 10, we have Scott Sandever on medium compound tyres, with Seb Mills ahead of him on the hards. Albert Asante is on mediums in the 8th position, with Charlie Goodrick on softs in 7th. It's also softs for the Alfa Romeo, that lines up in 6th position. Leo Bonnet, he will be lining up there just behind Elmarie Salo. He's saving his soft to race number 3, he lines up 5th on the hard compound tyres. Then, the highest selling soft runner for this race, it's Matthew Lilley on the soft, but the top 3 are all on hard tyres. In 3rd place, it is Ben Driscoll. In 2nd place and on the front row, it is the Honda of Jonathan Mills. But on pole position here, after winning race number 1, it is Jordan Fingal in the Tesla. A perfect start to his event. But now, on those hard tyres, it's all about holding on to what track position he can, as from now on, he will not be the quickest in this field. The drivers are ready then as the lights come on, the revs rise, and we are racing here, and we're underway for race number 2 at Watkins Glen. A strong start from Fingal, but Driscoll and Lilley also making strong starts behind him there. Jonathan Mills, the front-wheel drive Honda, dropping back slightly off the start. He battles with Elmarie Salo through turn number 1, but it's Fingal that will lead the way out of the first corner, with Ben Driscoll and Matthew Lilley right in behind him there. Matthew Lilley on those soft tyres compared to the hard tyres on the top 2 cars in this one. It's going to be some tight racing here already. Matthew Lilley trying to take advantage of the grip he has, and he's going to make the move to get into 2nd position here. He will take his Tesla up a position in this one and try and build a gap to the other soft runners in this race. Charlie Goodrick in 5th at the moment. He is the next highest soft runner, and he is already challenging Elmarie Salo as they head into the bus stop chicane now. It is Salo on the inside as we've got a change of lead already. The Teslas are going side by side, and it is Matthew Lilley to the lead. Tesla remain in control here at Watkins Glen. Matthew Lilley to the front of the field, looking for his first ever simulated TC victory. It's Jordan Fingal dropping into 2nd place there from pole, as Charlie Goodrick is making a move now to the outside of Ben Driscoll to try and take 3rd position away from him here, as he now gets the inside for the next corner. Goodrick up into 3rd place onto the podium, with Jordan Fingal ahead now on those hard tyres. He should have a good chance of getting that position as well, and maybe that Renault can put in some strong lap times to keep Matthew Lilley honest up at the front of this field. As you can see, Goodrick already putting some pressure on the back of the Tesla here, all over the rear of the man second in this race, battling throughout the field behind plenty of soft runners, trying to make their passes as early as possible whilst the field is close together. But Goodrick at the moment in the 3rd position is looking to try and make something happen here, and he's going to dive late on the brakes. Is he going to get to the inside? No, not quite for Charlie Goodrick, is behind Ben Driscoll, manages to fend off Elmarie Salo. R2&3 there in 6th position. He's had a brilliant start, starting 11th. Really has worked for him on the opening lap. Now as behind him, Jonathan Mills, a man that is going in the wrong direction on lap 1 so far. Started second on those hard tyres. He has tumbled down the order. Albert Asante there started 8th position. He's actually dropped a couple of spots down into 10th place. Remember, of course, the top 10 from this race will be flipped to make the race-free grid. So that means the driver that ends up 10th in this one will start race number 3 on pole, so keep an eye on that battle as well here. As you see, that's Jackson Turner making some passes here on his softs. Morgan Hitchings just ahead doing the same there as he goes to the inside of Seb Mills, who is using a special livery in this race, and the next one on his Peugeot, getting his special livery of the season put on display now at the Watkins Glen Raceway. As we look in the battle for second place, we have had a change of position as Jordan Fingal drops back in behind Charlie Goodrick now, as the soft tyre runners are continuing to fight their way through the field. That is Albert Asante losing a place now to Morgan Hitchings, with Scott Sandever just next up ahead of them, trying to stay in this fight now. Jackson Turner also on softs behind them. He will be looking to try and take advantage of this traffic to get up a position on Morgan Hitchings as they head down the back straight once more. Hitchings in that DS known for its very strong top end speed. Will it be enough for him to get alongside Scott Sandever as they head into the bus stop here? The DS, a small nimble car with plenty of power, and you can see there on the brakes the soft tyres was more than enough for him to get that move done on Scott Sandever. A lovely bit of racing there from Hitchings, who makes a crucial move up the order as Asante and Turner continue to go side by side here through the carousel. Asante on the outside just doesn't quite have the grip to hold on to that position. Lewis Francis is also now looking to try and make a pass here. He is also on soft tyres behind them. You can see Ian Henwood second in the championship, started at the very back of this race. He is getting involved now as well. Now as Turner goes a little bit wild on those soft tyres, but with that grip, he should be able to get the power down earlier, and he will indeed make that pass on Scott Sandever as they head down into the toe of the boot here on this great racetrack. And you can see Lewis Francis making a similar manoeuvre down the inside and up into 11th position on the fringes of the top 10 at the moment. As now we see Ian Henwood is side by side with Albert Asante as they head down the back straightaway here towards the hill of the boot, as it is known here. Hard braking zone, a good opportunity to outbrake your rivals, and that is exactly what Henwood is going to do, getting down the inside of Scott Sandever, another man who has been a championship contender this season and is still very much in the fight. These drivers battling it out, knowing that as we get closer and closer to the end of this season, every point is so crucial here, as they need to give themselves the best chance they possibly can to win this title. As Hitchings now on the tail of Leo Bonnet out of there and towards the final corner. He's going to get to the inside here, but both of these drivers are on soft tyres, so it's not going to be as easy of an overtake for Morgan Hitchings here as they head down the pit straight once more. Bonnet looking to try and make a pass here, but Hitchings also trying to shape up for a move here as they head into turn number 1 on lap number 3 of 6 here. And you can see this battle is absolutely 2 by 2. They are like absolute pack races here. Something you see in oval racing as opposed to road course racing, as Ben Driscoll makes the pass on Fingal to take 3rd place away from the Tesla driver. Behind Adrian Tishy in a very strong 5th position, but Elmarie Salo is looking to take that away from him as they come up through the S's now. He's got Hitchings and Bonnet right on his tail. And all of these soft runners seeing this pack of hard and medium runners very much as an obstacle between them and a chance at a podium and maybe even a win here if the top 2 haven't checked out too far now, as we've got 3 wide racing into the bus stop chicane. Morgan Hitchings to the inside, Leo Bonnet to the outside. What a move from Leo Bonnet. He's going to make a triple overtake. Could it be quadruple as he comes out of the corner? Not quite able to get the run just yet on Jordan Fingal, but now as they head through the carousel, Bonnet making some brilliant moves through there to get himself up the order, and he will indeed make the pass on Jordan Fingal. Next up for him to get into the podium places will be Ben Driscoll. To the inside he goes in his Alfa Romeo, and what a sequence of corners from the British driver there. He moves up into the podium place, and now at a clear road ahead of him, he can try and reel in the top 2 in this one, as we see Ben Driscoll continuing to hold on to that 4th position, but the battle pack continues to rage on right up behind him here. Hitchings to the outside, can he carry momentum on the softer tyre around the outside of the harder tyred Ben Driscoll there in that Genesis. Can he make the move stick? It looks like he wasn't quite able to do it, but the momentum off the corner will be enough for him to carry his car up into that 4th position. As a dive to the inside there from the Honda of Jackson Turner, deep on the brakes, he forces his way past Ben Driscoll up into 5th place. Now the top 5 all on soft runners. Lewis Francis, Ian Henwood in this battle as well, trying to get involved as they now head up into the final few corners of the lap, the original race circuit that has always been here at Watkins Glen Raceway. You can see them side by side. Francis on those soft tyres. It should be a nice and easy move, and it is indeed. He makes the pass around the outside of Ben Driscoll. Driscoll just does not have the tyres to fight much longer here as Henwood looks to the inside of Fingal here. The Canadian versus the American here. The Canadian trying to make that move out of the final corner should be enough in that Ford, which does have a relatively strong top-end speed to make the pass into turn 1 as they go across the start-finish line. Henwood is ahead of Fingal. Can he make the move on Driscoll as well, though? 2 four-wheel drive cars battling over that 7th position, and Henwood does indeed get that place away from Ben Driscoll, now down into 8th position, getting closer and closer to that battle for 10th, which could be so crucial in this event now as Tishy runs in it at the moment, and with his softs to race free, what a huge moment for the championship it would be. If Tishy can finish inside the top 10 here with softs to use in race number 3, he would be in an incredible position to extend his championship lead, and if he could do it with a victory, that would be quite a stylish way to do it. Of course, 7 races left in the season after this one today, and you can see them battling like they know it. They know that they're running out of time to score every last point that they can, and you can see Fingal side by side with Driscoll through the bus stop chicane. He is able to stay in the fight through the carousel, and he retakes that place away from the Genesis. These two doing a lot of battle in this one. Sadly for them, though, only in the 7th and 8th positions. Tishy in 10th there behind them, looking to try and go to the outside here. Can he carry the momentum around the outside? It looks like he's going to be able to do it here, but a little bit of a slide, and he's not quite able to hold on to it there. He'll have to slot back in behind. Crucial moments for this championship season here as Tishy continues to hassle the back of Ben Driscoll behind Ellery Solo on those hard tyres. He doesn't really have the grip to get in this fight at the moment, but if they battle hard, maybe he can steal a position from whoever loses out in that fight behind them. Jonathan Mills started on the front row. He's down 10 positions. He looks to be out of this fight as well on hard tyres, carrying a lot of success ballast from race number 1 as Tishy goes back to the inside here and will take that 9th place away from Driscoll unless Driscoll can fire his Genesis back around the outside, which he looks to do, as he will get the drive on corner exit. That will give him the inside line now, and he will make that position back on Tishy. But Tishy now, it's his turn to fire it around the outside and carry the momentum off the corner. All the while, Ellery Solo reeling back into this battle here. They're side by side into the final couple of corners now. Driscoll on the inside. Is it going to be enough to clear Tishy into the final corner? It looks like he might just have the corner speed to do it, but Tishy's going to fire it back down the inside there, and can he finally take this place away from Driscoll? It looks like this battle may well never end, but finally it does, as Tishy makes the move into 9th place. Huge for this season there. He now gives himself a bit of a buffer to stay in the top 10 in the reverse grid for race number 3. And behind, the battle is now on for pole position. It is Ellery Solo on the inside, another driver yet to use his softs. Could he be the little spanner in the works for Adrian Tishy in this race 3? In that one, we will see the drivers battling it out, of course, and their soft runners, plenty of them saving their softs to race 3, but we know the reverse grid can be so crucial for those with soft tyres still to use, and Ellery Solo will move into that 10th position. He has softs to race 3, so does Adrian Tishy. Could we have an all-soft tyre front row for race 3? That is almost unheard of in this championship, as meanwhile up at the front, the battling is still very close at the top 7, all on soft compound tyres. Goodrick in 2nd place at the moment is losing a little bit of touch with Matthew Lilly, and Leo Bonnet is the one putting the pressure on at this stage. Morgan Hitchings, Jackson Turner just watching on at the moment. You can see Lilly with a few seconds over Goodrick in 2nd position as he looks for his first ever victory in this championship. It's going well so far for the Tesla driver here. And as we go on to the final lap of the race, Charlie Goodrick has reeled in that gap, but will it be enough here? On the final lap of the race, he's only got 4 corners remaining to try and do it. He's going to brake as late as he can here. Can he get to the inside? No, he can't quite do it now. As they power their way off the corner, the four-wheel drive Tesla will just be that little bit better through these slow speed corners. It will carry so much more speed on exit, which could be critical here. And as Matthew Lilley begins to gap Charlie Goodrick off of the corners, you can see just 2 corners now separate Matthew Lilley from a first win in simulated TC here. Through the penultimate corner now, we head towards the final corner of race number 2 at Watkins Glen, and it's going to be Tesla who are looking set to take back-to-back victories here. After all that front-wheel drive domination, it's back to 4-wheel drives on top. It's back-to-back wins for Tesla. It's career win number 1. Matthew Lilley wins at Watkins Glen Raceway. Goodrick in second, Leo Bonnet in third place there. Morgan Hitchings in 4th, and Jackson Turner rounds out the top 5 for race number 2 here at Watkins Glen. So here we have the official results for race number 2, of course. Matthew Lilley winning by just over a second there over Charlie Goodrick and Leo Bonnet. Morgan Hitchings in 4th place ahead of Jackson Turner. Lewis Francis in 6th place there for Subaru, with Ian Henwood in 7th for Ford, making a strong recovery drive. But sadly, being the lowest starting soft runner, it often is the case that you're the lowest finishing soft runner as well, although at least he did manage to beat all of those on the medium and hard compound tyres. Jordan Fingal in 8th place there after winning race number 1. He holds on to a top 10 finishing position, which of course will mean he will start race number 3 from 3rd position. And with that 4-wheel drive Tesla, he may well be a contender, at least in the early stages of that one, for victory. Our front row for race number 3, though, is going to be all soft tyres. Adrian Tishy will line up second after finishing 9th here, and Elmarie Sarlo will be lining up on the pole as he looks for another simulated TC victory. This time, much less overtaking required of him. Ben Driscoll in 11th just misses out on the top 10. Albert Asante behind him. Jonathan Mills in 13th with Scott Sandever in 14th place. And Dimitri Soterakis takes the final point on offer from race number 2. Finishing outside the top 15, but saving their softs for the final race. Thomas Pierpont, Seb Mills, Adam Richardson, and Aston Lewis all finished with no points to their name in that one. But keep an eye out for them, because they will be some of our main contenders in the final race later on today. Now today, unlike usual, we don't have races 2 and 3 split into their own videos. Sadly, as you may be able to tell, my voice has been a little bit unwell over the last week, so wasn't able to get the commentary done on Tuesday for that race, but instead we get a nice double-header event here in Watkins Glen Raceway, races 2 and 3, both in one video here. So let's look at how the field will be lining up then in race number 3 at Watkins Glen Raceway. Starting at the rear of the field then on soft compound tyres, as is 9 cars in this race. That is Aston Lewis lining up in 19th position in his DS automobiles. Ahead of him, it is Adam Richardson, the reigning champion on soft as well, in desperate need of a strong result if he wishes to retain his championship. Ahead of him then it is Seb Mills on softs, as is Thomas Pierpont in the Honda on soft compound tyres. Dimitri Soterakis in the Mercedes, still searching for his first victory, with Scott Sandever ahead of him for Genesis. Then the lowest starting driver not on soft compound tyres is Jonathan Mills on the mediums, with Albert Asante ahead of him on soft compound tyres in 12th place. Just missing out on the crucial reverse grid top 10, Ben Driscoll on mediums in 11th position. And then we have our race number 2 winner, Matthew Lilley, is on the hards, as is Charlie Goodrick there in 9th position. Row number 4 is also all hard compound tyres, as we see Leo Bonnet lining up his Alfa Romeo just behind the lead DS automobiles of Morgan Hitchings. Jackson Turner is going to be starting in 6th position on the mediums. Then it is hard tyres for Lewis Francis in his Subaru. Ahead of him it is Ian Henwood, one of our title contenders, on medium tyres. But lining up just behind the race 1 winner, Jordan Fingal there in 3rd position, also on mediums. But our front row for race number 3, it's all soft tyre runners. And in 2nd place, our championship leader, it is Adrian Tishy. And on pole position, looking for their 2nd career victory in this championship, it's Elmarie Sarlo in the BMW. The drivers are ready then as the revs rise and the lights come on. We are racing here, and we're underway for race number 3 at Watkins Glen Raceway. As we head towards turn number 1, it is going to be Elmery Silo that leads the way, but Tishy's on his inside, immediately looking for the lead of the race. It's Toyota versus BMW out front here, and it is the BMW that's going to hold strong around the outside. That's going to carry the momentum up into the S's now. It's Silo that leads over Tishy and then Fingal on those medium tyres. He needed to get a better start than that if he wanted to get in the mix for this one, as it is two soft runners out the head of the field here, and Silo leads, but he is punching a hole in the air, which is perfectly designed for Adrian Tishy to get a run on him as they head towards the infamous bus stop chicane here. Tishy is looking towards the inside line here. He is going to have to outbrake his opponent, which is exactly what he's going to do. They're side by side for the lead here at the Glen, but Elmery Salo's going to hold on there. It's BMW remaining out front from pole position to the race lead on lap number 1. Adrian Tishy couldn't quite take it away there, but he is still oh so close to the back bumper of that BMW on the opening lap of this race. And with 5 more laps left after this one, he's got plenty more chances. You can see he is pushing that Toyota to its very limit there. He is right on the tail, but as of yet unable to make a pass through. As we see further down the field, that is Thomas Pierpont there in the 8th position, one of our soft runners in this one. Out of him, Scott Sandever, Albert Asante, 2 more soft runners in this field now as they head into the toe of the boot, as it is known here on this great racetrack. The foot-shaped end of the track this is, that was added on to increase the length of the circuit here. We see Sandever still side by side, this time with Leo Bonnet as they come off the corner here. Sandever on those softs should have the momentum as they head down into the heel of the boot now. You can see the drivers up at the front are checking out here, so these soft runners further down the order need to make these passes quickly, and that is exactly what Albert Asante is trying to do there as he gets to the inside of Leo Bonnet, and now they climb back up onto the original layout of this circuit. It is Albert Asante making the move into 6th position there, ahead of Leo Bonnet, and now already looking to attack Scott Sandever, who's a little bit caught up there behind Ian Henwood, who proved to be a very difficult car for some cars to overtake in race number 1. Now as you see, side-by-side racing here, Soterakis going around the outside of Pierpont, looking now to the inside of Bonnet. Doesn't look like he's quite got the overlap he needs though, as Asante's diving to the inside of Henwood to take away that 4th position away from the Canadian driver. Asante in the Toyota will get that move done on corner exit, and now Scott Sandever will be the next up to try and pass the Canadian in that Ford as they head towards turn number 1 here on lap number 2. Henwood is looking to try and fight back here against Albert Asante, not quite able to make anything happen there on the inside, as it's going to be Soterakis who dives to the inside there of Scott Sandever, but Sandever carrying the speed around the outside in that full-wheel drive Genesis. He will get the drive off the corner and get up into 5th position once more. And now he's clear of the Ford of Ian Henwood, who now will be holding up Sandever's rivals, Soterakis, Pierpont, Richardson, all in at this scrap here as they head down towards the bus stop chicane now. You can see Thomas Pierpont in the slipstream of Soterakis. Soterakis though on those soft tyres as well here, and that Mercedes does have quite a good top speed in its own right, as look another move going on here. It is Albert Asante making the pass in the bus stop chicane, and he's going to be followed through by Scott Sandever up into 4th place now for him. Fingal dropping back on those medium tyres down into 5th position now, and he will have Soterakis to worry about now, as Soterakis has got clear of Ian Henwood, who now has Adam Richardson on his tail in the Renault. The reigning champion, of course, still very much in this season's title fight as well. Can he hold on to that championship? He may not be the favourite at this stage, but a good result on these soft tyres could well get him right into the mix, with just 6 races left after this one. You see now that's Turner at the back of that group in 13th place, Seb Mills in 14th, Morgan Hitchings 15th, Aston Lewis in 16th place. There he is the lowest of the soft runners at the moment. He's trying to get past his teammate, but as we know, that DS Automobiles is a very quick car in the straight line, and as you can see here, that is an issue that even other DS Automobiles are struggling to fight against here as they head through the boot of the track. And you can see Morgan Hitchings is able to maintain that position for now, but he does go a little bit wide on entry there, but that's not going to be enough room there for Aston Lewis to get up that position. He still remains outside the points here on his soft compound tyres as they now head back up onto the main loop, and you can see Hitchings in that DS perhaps troubling his teammate a little bit here. Both of these drivers in this title fight individually for their own right, and you can see they know that they are very much needing to beat each other, even when one has a tyre advantage over the other, because even if he can't stay ahead for the whole race, maybe he can just hold up his teammate enough to reduce his possible point-scoring opportunities later on there, as you see. Lewis all over the back of Hitchings, but still yet to make a move now. That's going to give Charlie Goodrick the chance to fight back as they head down the main straight once more here, and Aston Lewis will have to go a little bit offensive here as Hitchings maintains that 15th place for another lap here. The field beginning to spread out a little bit, especially this group at the back, starting to drop back just a tad now, and you can see up in the fight further up the order, it is Sandever in that 4th position ahead of Thomas Pierpont, Dimitri Sotorakis in 6th place, Jordan Fingal in 7th, Ian Henwood in 8th place there now, ahead of Adam Richardson. Richardson is going to be a bit stuck here by the looks of things for Ford, with very strong top-end speed, especially good considering it is a 4-wheel drive car. The Renault in the past have been a bit of a rocket ship in a straight line, but this season slightly less so, at least at this stage of the season. After it started the season with 3 consecutive pole positions, it did face a bit of a BOP knock, so perhaps that is biting the Renault just a little bit here. As another car that traditionally has good top speed is the Peugeot of Seb Mills there in his special white livery there. He is trying to make the pass on Matthew Lilly. Lilly goes a little bit wide there. The race 2 winner gets offline, and that is going to allow Seb Mills straight up the position. And next up for him will be Lewis Francis as they head into the next corner now. You can see Francis in that Subaru doing all he can to hold on to that position, but it may well be inevitable that Seb Mills gets past here as they head back into the toe of the boot, and it is Mills on the back of Francis. Can he get to the inside there? He's going to have a look. Will there be an overlap? Francis leaves room, but not enough for Seb Mills to make that pass that time. But as they head now down this back stretch, it could be enough of a straight now for that little Peugeot to roar past the big Subaru into the braking zone. Will he be close enough? It looks like he might just be too far back this time around, and indeed he is. Mills has to stay in that position for now. As we see, Aston Lewis has finally cleared his teammate, and Morgan Hitchings now in the 16th position ahead of Jonathan Mills, and then a few others as well, all outside the points and looking set not to score in this race. But up at the front, it is Alan Rissal that leads the way ahead of Adrian Tisci and Albert Asante. That lead group appears to be closing in on each other at the moment here. As we now see, that is indeed the case. Adrian Tisci in that 2nd position has his teammate right up behind him now. Team orders could come in to play here. Adrian Tisci, the championship leader, Toyota in a strong position in the Manufacturers' Championship. Both these drivers on soft compound tyres. As they head into the corner, is no team orders at Toyota as Albert Asante makes the move on his championship leader teammate. Albert Asante into 2nd place there, ahead of the Canadian. And now Scott Sandever in the Genesis is going to have a look to the inside. Can he make anything happen there? No, he can't quite do it as they come out of the corner. It is a change of 2nd place in this one, but it is still 2 Toyotas running 2nd and 3rd. Elmary Salo will be liking what he's seeing at the moment. If they can do battle behind him, maybe he can be a bit more comfortable out front in this race here. As we cut back to Seb Mills, who's continuing to try and make his way up the order. He has got past Francis, he's got past Bonnet. Next up is Richardson, but Richardson is on soft as well. He just appears to be a little bit stuck here behind the Ford of Ian Henwood as they head off of the corner and towards the next one. You can see Seb Mills with the drive on corner exit. That is a brilliant exit from the young driver there. He will go around the outside and up into 9th position ahead of Adam Richardson there, as Aston Lewis meanwhile is getting up and past Matthew Lilly for the 13th position. Seb Mills continuing his charge forward. He's not just going to get that position on Adam Richardson this time around, he's going to get Ian Henwood as well, proving that perhaps it is an Adam Richardson issue that is preventing him from passing the car ahead of him at the moment. Now Seb Mills already looking to try and attack Jordan Fingal into the final couple of corners. Now Aston Lewis going to clear another car here finally. Now he's got ahead of his teammate. He begins to charge his way up the order, up into 12th place. Now next up for him will be Leo Bonnet ahead of him as they come through the final corner. 2 laps remain in the final race here at Watkins Glen Raceway, and down the main straight they go. You can see this is a perfect opportunity to see the difference in top end speed between Alfa Romeo and DS, and look at that. The DS just cruises past into turn number 1, and Leo Bonnet could put up no fight on that occasion there. Seb Mills, meanwhile, has cleared Jordan Fingal. Henwood is still holding up Adam Richardson, though, to the point now where Aston Lewis is in this fight Aston Lewis may well have been the lowest starting of the soft runners, but he may not end up being the lowest finishing one here, as he's on the tail of Adam Richardson here as they come up through the S's. But finally, Richardson's got the momentum, he's got the move, and he's ahead of Ian Henwood, and that will surely leave the door open for Aston Lewis, and it does indeed there. Aston Lewis into 10th position. Henwood loses 2 positions in no time at all there. As further up the order, Richardson next has Jordan Fingal to look at moving, and look at that! How far back was he entering the bus stop there? It did not matter. He makes the move, he makes the position up into 8th place, and that is Jordan Fingal down into 9th place now. Aston Lewis looks to try and go around the outside there. You can see the front left absolutely being forced into the ground, and it's enough. Aston Lewis, almost soft tyres, will make the pass on Jordan Fingal down the inside of the next corner. Nice and easily done. Soft tyres versus mediums. No more fight could be given there by Jordan Fingal, as now the top 9 of this race are all on the soft compound tyre. As on the final lap of the race now, Elmarie Salo still in the lead of this one, but he's got 2 Toyotas right up behind him and the Genesis of Scott Sandever looking to try and get himself onto the podium here. Elmarie Salo going through the final few corners of the lap now, looking for his second victory in Simulated TC. No driver this season has achieved more than 2 victories, and if Salo holds on to this one, that will remain the case. Him taking his second of the season after that brilliant drive at Brands Hatch where he carved through the field in absolutely spectacular fashion. This time it's a little bit different. He has led from start to finish, although he has had to fend off Adrian Tishy a couple of times. Albert Assante's reeled him in the final stages of this race, but as he comes through the final corner now, Elmarie Salo is looking for career win number 2. The BMW is going to the top step of the podium because it's going to be the Finnish driver that finishes first. Salo wins race 3 at Watkins Glen. Behind him it's Albert Asante, Adrian Tishy making a double podium for Toyota, with Scott Sandever coming home in 4th position there, keeping himself right on the tail of one of his main title rivals. So here we have the official results then for race number 3 at Watkins Glen, the final race at this circuit in this event. Just 6 races remain in this championship fight, and it is Elmarie Salo who takes home victory here, ahead of Albert Asante and Adrian Tishy. Perhaps drama at Toyota. They won't be too happy that their championship leader got passed there by his teammate, but alas, that is racing. Scott Sandever in 4th place, just missing out on the podium, with Thomas Pierpont behind him in 5th place. Dimitri Sotirakis comes home in 6th, they're ahead of Seb Mills in 7th. Adam Richardson comes home in 8th place. The reigning champion is beginning to slip out of this title fight, it seems, but still, there is too much left in this season for anyone to officially be ruled out of the fight, at least of those that are remotely close and competitive this season. Outside the top 8, we had Aston Lewis, Jordan Fingal, Ian Henwood, Leo Bonnet, Lewis Francis, Matthew Lilly, and Jackson Turner rounding out the points in race number 3. Just missing out on points, we have Jonathan Mills in 16th, and it's Charlie Goodrick in 17th, Morgan Hitchings in 18th, and Ben Driscoll will bring home the final finishing position from race number 3 here today at Watkins Glen. With just 6 races remaining then, it is crucial to have a look at how the championship standings are looking at the moment, and they take shape as follows. Adrian Tishy leads the way, but by 25 points. Not perhaps as many as he would have hoped for, after his main rival originally did not qualify for this event. Ian Henwood in 2nd place is, as mentioned, 25 points off the lead. Scott Sandever, 33 points off the lead. Aston Lewis in 4th place, he is 34 points off the lead with 5th place. Adam Richardson, 46 points off the lead now. The rest of the top 10 is the likes of Liam Jones, Morgan Hitchings, Leo Bonnet, Tyler Davison, and Charlie Goodrick. With our winners from this event, Jordan Fingal in race number 1, lining 11th in the championship, Matthew Lilly 15th in the championship, and our race 3 winner, Elmarie Salo, is 21st in the Drivers' Championship as things stand. Now, with just 6 races to go, that means just 120 points are still on offer, which means now officially drivers are going out of champion contention. And the first 4 to do so, in reverse order, are Carlo Durante, Adam Liu, Andre Jamil, and Thomas Pierpont, with Elmarie Salo's win in race number 3 just barely enough to keep him in the title fight, 114 points off the championship lead. In the manufacturers, Toyota lead the way, no surprise there, but only by 13 points over Alfa Romeo. 16 points off the lead is Renault, with 22 points back to DS. Genesis, 27 points off the lead in 5th place, with the rest of the manufacturers looking as follows. Honda in 6th place, Tesla 7th, Ford in 8th, Subaru in 9th, Peugeot in 10th, Mercedes in 11th, and BMW in 12th place. And the only manufacturer, despite their win in race number 3, to be knocked officially out of this championship hunt is BMW. They are now too many points behind at 126 points off the championship lead, so their hopes of winning the manufacturer championship, whilst already may have been slim since very early stages of the season, are now officially gone entirely. That's it then for event number 8 in this season. I do hope you all enjoyed the racing here at Watkins Glen. It was spectacular at times. Whilst the fights for the wins weren't always exactly as amazing as they could have been, we saw some good overtakes and we saw some fun battles. Hopefully that will continue next time out, and I hope you will join us for it when we go to Autopolis, a track which provided plenty of action last season. So I'll see you all in a week's time, but until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.